some new research commissioned by sleep expert Silent Night are showing that a huge percentage of people are not only worried about paying their bills, 73% of the nation are worried about feeding themselves and their family. And obviously, there is no magic wand to wave. The fact that people in this country are going to be cold this winter is morally wrong. But we are looking at habits that we can change, small things that we can do to change the way that we live within our houses that might make a huge difference. For example, people reaching for that thermostat when actually it's them that are cold, and the fact that their house itself is cold, it doesn't really matter. So my message this morning really is heat yourself and not your house. And there are several ways that you can do that efficiently and effectively without cranking up your thermostat. And I know, Isabel, you're always cold in the studio, but when you look at the temperature of most people's houses, they crank it up to somewhere near 22 degrees, but which is Lanzarote temperatures. 1 in 5 crank their thermostat up to 25 degrees, which is somewhere near Sydney in the summer. So 18 degrees on your thermostat, or even lower if you're heating yourself, and looking at very simple measures to do that.
Love that my legacy has always been cold. I've got a blanket over my knee behind the desk as we speak. It's so cold in here. But in all seriousness, are there any risks to your property if you don't heat your home? Because I have heard some people say, but what if I, end up getting mould or, and actually as a consumer, I end up having a more difficult problem to deal with besides my bills?
Yes, well, obviously there are people who are living in damp and unacceptable housing conditions who have to keep their thermostat on to a low level to alleviate that and for the health of their family. That's important. And for insurance, when temperatures plummet below a certain level, you have to keep your thermostat on or just ticking over. But, only 2/3 of the country have actually got a timer on their heating or their electricity, their hot water. So that's coming on and staying on all day. Simple measures like putting a timer on your thermostat and your hot water will actually mean that it is coming on, and you are going to stop things like damp and mould for most people. And keep your house at an acceptable temperature. But if you think about how we live, I'm working from home today. My husband's upstairs working from home. He'll be running around. He's doing the dog walking. He'll come in and he'll say, God, it's hot in here. I'm sitting downstairs in the basement. I'm going to get chilly. I'm on with a sweater on. So when you stop, or if you're sedentary, if you've got elderly people who are sitting in chairs all day, they're going to get cold. When you're sitting working from home at your desk, like you're going to be cold. So that's when you need your heated throws, your blankets, or you need to dress appropriately. So you might have one person who's running around in the house in a T-shirt and other people layered up. Only about half the people in this survey said that they were prepared to start putting on an extra layer to address the heating situation in the house. It's extraordinary, really, because we're the things we need to keep warm, not these great big leaky boxes that we live in. We need to heat ourselves with sensible layers. A cotton shirt doesn't wash. Well, a cotton shirt does wash very well, actually, but it doesn't wick the moisture away from your skin. So layering sensible fabrics. I'm not teaching my grandmother to suck eggs. These are very simple measures, but they are effective. And sometimes it's the bleeding obvious that we miss out on, isn't it?